We are burning the midnight oil here in Tallahassee to bring you the latest 11 o'clock update on Hurricane Irma, located just to the southeast of Key West, Florida. Here are your latest updates. FSU announced today that they are closed through the entire week, at least through Friday, September 15th. Voluntary evacuations are in effect for all Leon County residents that do not feel safe with their shelter. Football game next weekend is no longer next weekend. It's postponed until our bye week, October 7th. If you have pets and you want to go to a shelter because you are not safe where you are or you feel that way, pet-friendly shelters have just opened at Florida High and Rickards High in the city of Tallahassee. Hurricane Irma has now emerged off the north coast of Cuba. It just skirted the north coast of Cuba during the day today. That has weakened it to a Category 3 hurricane temporarily. And I have to stress temporarily because it looks like right now the storm is starting to intensify as it moves northwestward to northwestward towards the Key West area later tonight. Let's take a look at the radar. Here we had something called an eye wall replacement cycle, where we have an inner eye wall down here and a bigger outer eye wall just to the north of it. The outer eye wall has choked off the inner eye wall, and now it's only one eye wall. Well, what does that mean in real terms? Irma has now organized her core successfully enough to now she's going to intensify rather quickly, most likely, as it heads northwestward towards the Key West area. Here's the radar across the rest of South Florida. Major bands of feeder bands are coming through along the US 80 corridor, I-75, Terrible Drive. You should already be in your safe place in South Florida. It's only going to get worse from here. Isolated tornadoes are possible in any of these bands because there is Florida's in the right front quadrant of the storm, and what that means is tornadoes are likely in those areas, at least a few. There's already been a few confirmed. Category 4 is what we're expecting. That's winds between 131 and 155 miles an hour. So Irma's going to be one of the strongest hurricanes to ever make landfall in the state of Florida, at least since Hurricane Charlie in 2004. Current wind gusts shows you already damaging wind gusts across Miami-Dade and Monroe County, 53-mile-an-hour wind gusts, both at Miami and in Key West. I would not be surprised to see other isolated tropical storm-force wind gusts already across South Florida. Let's take a look at the forecast path. Irma is located at 81.1 longitude, 23.6 latitude. That puts it about 500 miles south-southeast of Tallahassee. This northern turn has started. It's not being delayed any longer, and that's going to allow for Irma to intensify to about a Category 4 as it goes through the southwestern portion of Florida, just west of Tampa Bay, and will make landfall likely in the Big Bend as a strong Category 1 or weak Category 2 hurricane as it looks right now. I had to stress, though, if this track shifts further to the west, it will likely be a little bit stronger because it will interact less with the west coast of Florida, and that is not what we want. But you do have to prepare for that to happen, since the trend has been for further west adjustments the last 2 days. A hurricane warning is in effect for the entire viewing area and even north of the viewing area. If you think you're going to evacuate north to Albany, don't do it. Evacuate west, as far west as you can go, at least to Pensacola, if you want to be safe from this storm. Hurricane conditions will likely not take place until Monday. What does a Category 2 have? It has winds between 96 and 110 miles per hour.